Hi friends, back with you, and the rear wheel got slightly wider from 130 to 140. Now, as usual, let's discuss the pros and cons of this motorcycle. We will start with the pros as always. The first pro is the year of production. The motorcycles are fairly new, essentially from 2012. Considering we don't ride a lot, they can be found in very good condition. The second is its design. Yes, of course, the main benefit of the Ninja 300 is the design. They were able to create a version almost like the 600, which everyone likes, in a minimalist design. In essence, a person who doesn't know much about it will hardly realize that it's a 300. In terms of design, this is a definite plus. The third pro is the price. We could say that it's also, but let's stick to the positive side of the price. The plus side of the price is that for a 2015 to 2014 motorcycle, we get 250,000 rubles, which isn't a lot. That is, other motorcycles of the same years. They will cost more. In terms of price, of course, it wins. The fourth pro. This is why the Ninja 300 is perfect for beginners and girls. Yes, indeed, it's not a very powerful bike. It only has 39 horsepower and torque, but it essentially allows one to understand what a motorcycle is. It doesn't have very quick acceleration, not a very high top speed, which essentially will be positive for beginners and for girls. It's also small, and that's also a plus for girls. The fifth plus is technology. The Kawasaki Ninja 300 was created in 2012, and it has already inherited a lot of positive and technological design elements. An average person will accelerate around 6 seconds. Its top speed is 170 kilometers per hour, which honestly speaking isn't much, because even an average inexpensive car nowadays already accelerates in 8.5 seconds, and correspondingly its top speed is about 200. The second downside of this segment, but 172 kilograms of dry weight is still enough. Negative quality when you ride on the track, and considering it's meant to look like a sport bike, although it's never been a sport bike and isn't a sport bike, but looks like one externally, unfortunately, there will be significant problems on the track. The fourth issue is the price. It's pretty low for 2012 motorcycles, but in reality, if we consider bikes from similar price categories, it can get something much more powerful, more reliable, and the price, let's say, in ruble to horsepower, is not in favor of the Ninja 300. The fifth issue is the total cost savings. The Kawasaki Ninja 300 is a bestseller among Japanese beginner bikes, and it's fairly cheap, but in reality savings are made on almost everything. The fork is not inverted but a regular telescope. Very often the ignition units and the bulbs on the dashboard burn out. Very comfortable stock mirrors. The bike is also equipped with only one brake disc, of course. The motorcycle is cheap, so corners were cut on almost everything. The plastic isn't very flexible, meaning when you fall, you'll get cracks in the plastic, and the metal there is flimsy, just like on older Kawasaki models. But that's to be expected because it's still a budget motorcycle. Well, anyway guys, here's our review of the Kawasaki Ninja 3. Actually, the moped is really interesting because it's pretty cheap. It's great for beginners. It's great for those who are really into sport motorcycles but don't like the idea of starting with a 600 or a liter, meaning they still want to start with something less powerful. The 300 Ninja is just what the doctor ordered for girls. Definitely the one to get, in fact. I would take it as a motorcycle for a new rider. To be honest, I don't know. I already divided people into two categories when there was a video about a motorcycle for a beginner and for people who have never ridden anything. I would recommend a Ninja 300 as their first motorcycle. It'll make everything clear, and for people who can already ride somewhat, 300 CEC is too little. I would advise starting with 600 cc. Well, that's how it went down. Kagi was with you. If there are any more, these are the mopeds that you're interested in. Also write in the comments. I'll choose a more interesting moped based on the number of likes. Bye bye, ride safe.